Welcome to Real Stories for Real Children, where we tell stories about real things that happen in children's lives and help them know what to say and what to do. Has there ever been a time when you really wanted something, but you couldn't have it? This is a story about when you don't get what you want. One day, 2-year-old Javi was at the store with his grandma. They were buying some food to take home. Javi loved going to the grocery store. There were so many exciting things there. He loved to look at the different fruits, like the apples, the pears, the bananas, the grapes, and the mangoes. He also really liked the aisle with all of the crackers. Crackers were one of Javi's favorite foods. He loved how crunchy and buttery they were. He really liked eating them with cheese, or even just by themselves. As they walked through the grocery store, his grandma had a list that they were checking off as they put things in the grocery cart. Squeak, 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 went the wheels on the grocery cart. Javi was walking next to the cart, helping. First, they got some fruit. They got a bag of apples and 2 pears. Then they went to look at the vegetables. His grandma said, "Javi, we need 4 carrots. Can you count out 4 carrots?" Javi counted 1, 2, 3, 4. Your turn. Now you count to 4. After counting out the carrots, Javi and his grandma went down the aisles of the grocery store. Javi saw a box of his favorite crackers. They were the ones shaped like rectangles with little holes in them in the blue box, and they were really delicious. Javi pointed to the box of crackers and said to his grandma, "I want that one." His grandma said, "Oh, those are your favorite crackers, aren't they, Javi? But I think we've already got some crackers at home, so we don't need to buy those today." Javi started to get upset. He felt sad. He really, really wanted those crackers. He looked at his grandma and he said, "No, I want the crackers now." He started to cry in the middle of the aisle of the grocery store. His grandma bent down and looked at him and said, "It is really hard when you want something right now and you can't have it." Javi just cried harder and said, "I want the crackers now." His grandma said, "I know, and it's really hard, but we have to wait for the crackers that are at home. Maybe the next time we need some new crackers, you can help pick them out. Would you like that?" Javi said, "No, no." He didn't want to wait until next time. He wanted the crackers right now. His grandma looked at him and said, "I know this is really hard right now, but it's time for us to check out and go home." Javi didn't want to get up. He didn't want to check out. He wanted those crackers. His grandma said, "Come on, let's go." Javi said, "No." His grandma said, "Javi, do you want to walk or do you want me to carry you?" Javi didn't answer. His grandma said, "All right, I'm going to pick you up." Javi was sniffling. He was still thinking about those crackers. His grandma picked him up, and they went and checked out. When they got into the car, his grandma said, "It is really hard when we don't get what we want. Sometimes when that happens to me, I let myself be sad for a little while. Or I do something that makes me feel better, like listen to some music. Do you want to listen to a song? Javi sniffled. He was still thinking about those crackers. He said, "No." His grandma said, "Okay then, I'm going to start driving us home. Do you just want to be sad for a little while?" Javi said, "Yeah." His grandma said, "Okay." She started the car, and they started to drive home as Javi looked out the window. He was still thinking about those crackers that he really wanted. They drove past the school that was near his house, the park with the slide he really liked, and they drove past a parking lot where he saw a really big green truck. He pointed at the truck and said, "Look, a truck." His grandma smiled and said, "That's right, a green truck." Javi kept looking out the window and seeing cars pass by, and he started to think about other things. By the time they got home, he was feeling calm. His grandma said to him, "Javi, earlier you were really sad because you didn't get what you wanted. It's really hard when you want something and you can't have it right away. When that happens, you could listen to or sing your favorite song. But it's also okay to just sit and be sad for a little while." Javi said, "Yeah." He decided it was good for him to just be sad for a few minutes before he was ready to move on. And after a little while of being sad, he started to feel better. Sometimes, when you don't get what you want, it's okay to be sad for a little while. If that happens, you can say, "I want to be sad." Your turn. Can you say, "I want to be sad"? Now you know what to do when you don't get what you want. You can let yourself be sad. You could listen to a song. You could also play with a favorite toy. We don't always get what we want, but that can still be really hard. Thanks for listening today. And remember, grown-ups, please try this at home.